We're entering the final rounds of the NFL Draft, but there's still plenty of buzz on day 3. Here's Albert Breer's latest intel from making calls around the league. Some notes to explain a little more on where we are with the draft winding down. Alabama LB Dylan Moses started day 3 still looking for a home, despite at one point having been looked at as a first-round type of athlete. He's the same dude who had an 8th grade highlight tape go viral in 2012, was ranked as a consensus top 15 recruit in the high school class of 2017 and earned playing time right away with the best college program in the country. So what happened? Basically, his progress flat-lined. He hasn't gotten a whole lot better over the last 4 years, and that sort of thing can make teams wonder if there's anything more in his game. There's still upside there. But not many people figured Moses would be in this spot 3 years ago. Ohio State DB Shaun Wade is another interesting case. When he decided to return for his 4th year in Columbus, after his 3rd year ended on the infamous targeting call on Trevor Lawrence in the 2019 Fiesta Bowl, many believed he'd become the 8th Buckeye corner in a stretch of 8 drafts to go in the first round. Part of his decision to come back to school was to show the NFL he could play outside corner. But once he got out there, he struggled, lacking the suddenness to play on the perimeter. And his stock plummeted. So now, it'll be interesting to see who gets him, with his value probably in the slot corner, safety hybrid role he's played during a stellar 2019 campaign. Tennessee G. Trey Smith is someone to root for today. He suffered from blood clots in his lungs earlier in his time in college, and as such medical concerns have led to teams shying away a bit. But when he's played, and he hasn't missed a game in 2 years, he's been really good. How teams handle these sorts of things can vary depending on how their doctors see it affecting a player like Smith's chances at NFL longevity. As for the quarterbacks, Notre Dame's Ian Book, fellow Domer Brady Quinn and I discussed him on the podcast, and Quinn sees him as a Colt McCoy type in the pros. Might be the next one drafted, but it could be a while. I don't believe any of the remaining QBs, Arkansas's Felipe Franks, Texas's Sam Ehlinger, etc., are guaranteed of being selected, in part because once you get into the 5th round, really, it becomes a crapshoot. The Albert Breer Show is back on its own podcast feed. Subscribe for Albert's insight and info, with guests including the biggest names in football. Jabril Cox, the LSU safety, linebacker, has slipped a little, and could be an interesting hybrid for someone. He was a superstar at the FCS level for North Dakota State before transferring. I think what hurts him is what hurt Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who fell to Cleveland in the 2nd round with teams having trouble placing him positionally in an NFL defense.